achieved.
Hey, what's going on everyone? I'm Scylol, and for today's video we'll be taking a look at the leveling system in Guild Wars 2. As most of you know, leveling is not something people jump for joy over in standard MMOs. Killing enemies off in the distant field gets repetitive. Killing bats to collect their wings that have a 5% drop rate becomes tedious. Leveling alone is never fun, especially when you have friends higher level than you, friends that you will never be able to enjoy the game with until max level. But don't worry, this is all going to change in Guild Wars 2. In Guild Wars 2, leveling will not be a grind fest. In most MMOs, leveling becomes longer and longer because the experience required to level rises. In Guild Wars 2, experience doesn't scale with each level. The time it takes to get from level 10 to 11 is the same as the time it takes to get from 79 to 80, which is also the level cap in the game, which is very impressive. The first thing ArenaNet wanted to change is the old MMO style of questing. They wanted to get rid of talking to an NPC with an exclamation point on their head that tells you to go kill enemies that are supposedly disrupting the town, and all they're doing is walking in a field a mile away. They did this by implementing dynamic events. Dynamic events are the questing system in Guild Wars 2. As you're exploring the world, you will run into these events as they unfold. They will sometimes appear on your map, or sometimes an NPC will even point you in the right direction. Dynamic events make questing fun, and most of all, epic. You won't be killing enemies that are standing around doing nothing. You are going to be saving a town that is under siege from the enemies that are trying to take it over. One cool thing about dynamic events is that if you fail to complete the first stage of it, it will transition into the next part of the event. The first part of the event would be to save the town from the enemies. The second might be to take the town back if you failed to do the first part. Another great thing that dynamic events do is that they scale. This means that if 5 players are participating in an event, and 10 more players come along, the event will scale to match the number of people in the event. Things such as more monsters spawning, monsters getting new abilities, and monsters becoming a higher level might occur. Since there is scaling on all of the events, this means that a large number of players will not be able to breeze through any of the events in the game. Since the dynamic events don't require a certain number of players to complete it, the scaling system also favors players that play on unpopulated hours. Just because it's only you and a few other people that are leveling in your area, doesn't mean that you will miss out on the dynamic events in the game. Every dynamic event will reward you based on your participation. You will get a bronze, silver, or gold rating. In Guild Wars 2, you don't have to hit a monster first to get credit for it. As long as you are actively participating in the event, you will get rewarded based on your participation. The rewards for the events are experience, coin, and karma. Karma is probably the only one that you guys are unfamiliar with. What it does is that it helps build your personal storyline, and can also be used as currency for some vendors in the game. For this video, I saved the best topic for last, which is the sidekicking system. What the system does is that it allows a higher level character to sidekick up a lower level character to their level. The sidekicked character will not gain any new abilities, but will rather just get an increase in stats. This is a great system for players who will have friends that play Guild Wars 2 with them. The pressure of having to keep up with everyone that you play with is no longer there. If you fall behind a few levels, all they have to do is sidekick you up. Even though it's only temporary, it still beats leveling alone. Once the higher level character has to go, the player that was sidekicked up simply just goes back to the original level. Sidekicking also works the other way, higher level to lower level. It kinda happens automatically, and I'll explain why. ArenaNet didn't want higher levels that were in lower level zones to ruin the experience of other players. So what they did is made higher level characters get scaled down in lower level zones automatically. A level 30 that enters a level 10 zone might become a level 13. They won't lose any of their abilities, but their base stats will just get scaled down. I think this system is brilliant and is a great addition to the leveling system in Guild Wars 2. I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to hit the like button below. Keep in mind, we will be uploading a Guild Wars 2 video every Wednesday, so don't forget to subscribe. See you all next week.